You're tuned in to These Urban Times. Live Hip Hop Daily presents Sideline Stories. I am once again Terrell Thomas.
And I'm once again Brandon Triche.
And that was just our Just Kicking It interview with LA Dream's own Renee Montgomery. Now we'll catch them in action tomorrow. We'll catch them in action tomorrow night. But first, some news on the Atlanta Dream. They recently picked up a former player. Now she's back in the building. Recently, yeah, she's back again. Miss Alex Bentley was traded from the Connecticut Sun for Lasia Clarington. Now, so far this season, Miss Alex Bentley has been averaging 10 points for Connecticut, and she was coming off the bench as their sixth man or sixth woman, I should say. She's a former All-Star who was drafted by the Atlanta Dream. She was drafted by the Dream with the number 13 overall pick back in 2013. We've seen some great years from Alex here, so it'll be great to see how she fits and how she forms. Now, she did play recently for our Atlanta Dream. Yesterday, the Dream picked up a big win. The Atlanta Dream picked up a big win in Washington. It was against the Washington Mystics. We saw the ladies walk away with a 106-89 win in DC on the road. Now, also some history was made. Yesterday was the first time 4 Atlanta Dream players finished with 20 points or more in the same game. It was just the second time in WNBA history and the first time in a regulation game. Yesterday, we saw our good friend Angel McCartry finish with 24 points. Miss Jessica Breland ended with 23 points. Tiffany Hayes scored 21 points. Sheesh. And Miss Renee Montgomery, who we just recently showed the interview of, she finished with 21 points as well. So we saw the ladies getting it done. They're picking up pace. They're over 500 right now as they look to make a push to make the playoffs. Now, as we mentioned, tomorrow they'll be back in the building here at McCamus Pavilion right on Georgia Tech's campus. They'll be back in the building, for a big game. It'll be sneaker night at McCamus Pavilion, and they'll be taking on the Indiana Fever. We'll get to see what Angel McCartry, Tiffany Hayes, and the ladies are able to do against the Indiana Fever. What are your takes so far on what we've seen from the Atlanta Dream this season?
It's been great to see Angel come back after she took a year off. I think she kind of needed that to rejuvenate, get refreshed again, because she's been playing a lot of basketball. Because what people don't know, after WNBA season's over, they probably had 2 weeks off and then go right overseas.
Right overseas, yeah.
So you were doing that for 9-10 years straight. You know what I'm saying? She had to take a year off to get rejuvenated. You know what I'm saying? Getting Alex back is a big help. They needed some more guard play. Bring somebody off the bench who could give a spark, who knows the sit well, who knows the team. Because she was just here almost 2 years ago.
Yeah, new coach.
Yeah, new coach. You know what I'm saying? The system is good. They spacing up the floor and letting Angel do her thing, and it's been a good season. So it's kind of on the up and up. They push toward that try to get the playoffs, and when you get in the playoffs, anything can happen.
The Atlanta Dream are currently 10-9. As I said, they're over 500 at 10-9. Before we wrap up today's show, though, I just wanted to raise the question and ask you, there have been a lot of talk and a lot of controversy over the WNBA players and their pay scale. Yeah. A lot of WNBA players have been voicing that they should be making more money. We've had some WNBA players saying that the Asia Wilsons and the Elizabeth Cambridges of the world, hey, I would love to make $154 million. What are your thoughts on it? Me personally, I do feel like WNBA players should be paid more. Yeah. What they're fighting for, they say they don't get an equal revenue share. They don't get the same amount. Because my spiel has been, it's all about revenue. That we see. You have basketball heads such as ourselves who follow the WNBA, who stay in tune with what they have going on. But the common basketball fan, they're pretty late. They don't understand the talent, the entertainment that lies with the WNBA game. So we don't see many sold out arenas. We don't see several players, with their own signature shoes. We don't see that. How we see, you say maybe the best player in the WNBA is definitely Maya Moore. Then you will list the Candace Parkers, the Andrew McCartrys, the Skylar Diggins Smiths. So as you think of them as like LeBron and the Kevin Durant and the Steph Curry, those ladies have that talent, but they're not marketed the same. That's amazing. What are your thoughts on everything that's been being said about the WNBA pay, and do you see any solution on where the ladies should be paid more or can be paid more?
I think what they're going to end up doing eventually, they're going to end up striking. They'll have a lockout. I think they're going to do it.
But do you think that will hurt them? Because
it may, but you gotta make a point. You gotta prove a point, because they shouldn't be getting less pay. They're not getting as much pay as the NBA will get, because they don't play as many games. But they could get something. At least get. I don't think anybody's making $1 million.
No.
Like Diana Taurasi is
top player is making not even $200K.
Exactly. So you got Maya Moore, Diana Taurasi, Candace Parker, who are the faces of your league, not even making close to $1 million. And also, I think that's indicative of the league because they don't really market their games. They don't really have, and also every major city, like every NBA team, don't have a WNBA team, which I think they should do that.
I agree with you there
Because it's a lot of women talent,
just like the G League.
Like
every
the G
team
League,
has the G League. Every city's
so
have the WNBA.
They should have like a sister league, I guess, like their sister team, like the Sparks and the Lakers, the Dream and the Hawks, and Connecticut, Indiana Fever, Indiana Pacers, the Liberty and the Knicks. So yeah, and I mean, we know he's the New York fan, the
Minnesota Lynx and Minnesota. Yeah, there are
yeah.
several, but not many.
Yeah, not
Philly doesn't have a team. The Sixers don't have a team.
Like some of these owners need to.
Miami doesn't have a team. There are a lot of major cities who don't have teams.
Like, and then I don't think they have. They need more teams because after some of these girls play college, they ain't got nothing to do.
We can listen. There are 12 teams in the WNBA right now.
That's terrible.
The Seattle Storm, the Phoenix Mercury, the Minnesota Lynx, the Washington Mystics, the Dallas Wings, who were once in Tulsa as the Tulsa Sox, the LA Sparks, the Atlanta Dream, the Connecticut Sun, the Las Vegas Aces, a team to look out for, the Chicago Sky, the New York Liberty, and the Indiana Fever. 12 teams.
Like it's 12 teams, and you playing what? So you might be playing the same team four or five times. The same baseball. I mean, yeah, so we're not trying to have a whole series, but like, and they also teams move around too many times. Like the franchises lose interest, and the team moves. Like the Aces was in San Antonio, then you have the Detroit Shock.
Yeah, they were the San Antonio Stars.
They were San Antonio Stars, and the Detroit Shock was in the Tulsa. It's like
and now they're in Dallas.
So it's like the turnover rate is terrible. Like I really think that the owners need to stop. The NBA owners need to. Someone who got all this money, Mark Cubans and the Philadelphia owners and all this, like take pride in, you know what I'm saying, getting your women league, getting that up too, because that after a while that brings more revenue to the NBA too. So why not? Because you get more eyeballs watching. So and there's a lot of talent in the WNBA. A lot of
talent in the WNBA. I think that's one thing that I've noticed. These women may not be as athletic as the NBA players that we see.
That's what it is.
But they are so skilled. I think that a lot of these women possess, fundamentally way more skill. The Aja Wilsons as we see, the Diana Taurasi's, the Maya Moores, Candace Parker's. Like these ladies are out there balling. They're giving you a good show every night, every game. So they should receive a lot more love. So with that being said, if you're here in the Atlanta area, get out and support your Atlanta Dream. They have a game tomorrow night, as we mentioned. The Dream will be back in action tomorrow. Sneakerhead night, 7 p.m. at McCormick's Pavilion. We'll see Andrew McCarthy, Tiffany Hayes, and our Atlanta Dream take on the Indiana Fever. Yes, it's been a great show, man. Always a pleasure, as always. Got to give a shout out to the team in the background.
Yes, sir.
Jay, H, Danny Digital. Once again, shout out to our special guest for stopping through the building, Mr. Chief Green. Make sure y'all check out his lemonade. We'll be back. Let our folks know where they can check you out via social media. Yeah, man. Y'all can check me out on Instagram at CEO Triche. That is CEOTRICHE. Instagram, Twitter, the same name. Facebook, all that. You know what I'm saying? Check me out. I'm doing some things out here. I'm Terrell Thomas. Check me out on Eldorado 2452. Also follow the show, These Urban Times, and follow the station/studio, Live Hip Hop Daily. There'll be plenty more shows throughout the week right here on Live Hip Hop Daily TV. Tune in, see what the gentlemen and the ladies have to offer. A lot of great talent here. We'll be back next week, bigger and better than ever. Be safe. Good evening.